Hello everybody, this is Larry from CR Rides. Just a little bit of an update. Last time we were together, we did a walk around on the Willys, and I showed you some chrome that was pretty rough and has to be worked on. So as you can see, this is the nose piece off the truck. It's got some pits in it, and I've sanded it down pretty well, as much as I could without going through it. And I've got a product now that I'm going to use, which is, I bought it from Alvin. It's called High Temp Lab Metal. So actually you can powder coat it. And so I'm going to put a thin coat of this Bondo basically on the nose piece, but I was told that you can thin it down if you use acetone and toluene, 50-50 blend. You can actually thin this putty down and put it on with a brush. Several different ideas about how to do this. Some say that if you're in cold weather, use the acetone because it flashes off better, or if you're in hot, use the toluene, but I'm going to do a 50-50 mix. I'll show you a little bit of that later. I have this nose piece that you can see some little circles that I put on it. The back side of the nose piece, as you can see, is pretty rough. Those circles that I've done on are actually holes in the nose piece, and I'm going to fill those with putty from the back side, and then I'll smooth it all off, and then we'll be able to sand it down again, and we'll put it in a powder coat it. This has to be flashed off. I also have another product from All Metal. This is what we're going to use on the tailgate, around the oval that we did in the tailgate, because I don't want to weld it anymore. It'll have a tendency to warp. So this material is, like it says, all metal. It can be used, and you can actually sand it down, and you can drill it, and you can tap it if you want to. That's how tough it is. I've used it before on my 38 coupe. It actually works pretty good. So those are the couple of things we have. I told you that I had some really nice chrome for the side panels. This is actually the chrome that's going to go down the hood, and it's really nice shape. Going to take a little bit of buffing it out, but where I do have a ding or two in it, I've found there's one little spot right here, and I've made some homemade tools. I've just taken a wooden dowel, and I've shaped the end of the wooden dowel, and I use that when I put it down on my soft cloth here. I can take that dowel and actually rub it in and clean up the back side of that chrome, which actually pushes a little dent out. You have to work at it a little bit to do it. Once I get these straightened like I like them, they're actually, as I said, they're in really good shape considering how old they are. I bought some clips from Willys Replacement Parts out of California that will slide right in these, and they'll pop in the holes in the hood and in the doors. So these are kind of what we've got going on right now. We're going to work on those. We'll show you a video of it as we get going. There's no sense in watching putty dry, so we'll show you that when we do it. Some of the basic tools I've got, it seems really simple. A little chisel, kind of a hammer. If I get down in a corner where I can't reach it with my, there's one little spot right here that I can't reach. I just use my nose of my screwdriver and just tap it a little bit. And you want to be really careful that you work slow when you're doing this, because you don't want to push that out too far. But in reality, having it out a little bit too far is not as bad as having it dented in, because what I'll do then is I take a file. This is actually stainless, it's not chrome. You can see it is stainless all the way through. And what I do then is I'll take a little file and file it down, get it to where I like it. Then I'll take some different grits of sandpaper and sand it down. So that's kind of what we're going to do today. We'll turn around now, and you can see I've got a 33 Ford Coupe in the background. We're going to do a video on that a little bit later, so you get some understanding of us building. This is one that Dan and I built together, but I want to do a proper video of it, so we're just going to kind of hold off until the weather's a little bit better outside. We're going to swing around now and look at the motor for the LS that we built. This motor we built, a friend and I built it. It will actually go in the Willys. I've got the coil packs and stuff over on the bench, and it's all completely rebuilt. We took a 4.8 block and we put a 5.3 crank and rods in it, so it makes it a little bit different displacement cubic inch. It's got all new rings and bearings. The heads have been done, the valves have been done. Put new valve springs in it because it's got a sloppy tube cam, which has a higher lift, and so we want those valves to be able to close. Got a really nice fuel injection system from a SS Blazer, which is pretty rare, SS Blazer V8. I had a low profile Corvette intake on it, but I want the torque and the horsepower. So this, out of all the things I've looked at, this is probably the best for that. I also have a Holley wiring system for it that it will kind of deletes all of the unnecessary things like your fuel cap being loose and those type of things. So we're gonna run that on this motor. The transmission and the lockup motor is in the coupe out in Oregon, and I'll bring it back. I'm going to do all that work here in this shop when I get it back, put it back together, do the wiring and stuff here. Right now, the Willys is out in Oregon for all the metal work, and we will be doing some body work on it and end of March, the first part of April, and we'll show you some videos of that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sign out for now, but I'm going to do some work on these chrome pieces that I've got, nose pieces, and we'll see how it goes. So appreciate you watching all of the our YouTube channel, CR Rides, and subscribing. Very much it helps us to be able to be motivated to keep on going and do the next projects that we have going on. So till we see you later, keep in touch with us and watch our videos. Thank you. Okay, we are back again on working on the chrome for the 41 Willys pickup. I had did some work with the all metal and had to thin it down, 50-50 solution with two different thinners. I used an acetone and a toluene, made a 50-50 blend, pretty thin. I used a paintbrush. And on this nose piece for the Willys, it had a number of pinholes in it from rust from the backside. So I painted the backside with my reduced Bondo all metal. And this all metal can be powder coated. And so it filled out really nice, and I just sanded it down a little bit. And I filled several pinholes that were in it. And it actually came out pretty nice. So this is really ready to powder coat. We're going to powder coat it chrome. The big nose piece that goes on the top of the hood and down, it was in really pretty bad shape. And so I sanded it down, and then I filled all of the voids with the same material, painted it on, and then sanded it back off. So you can see there are a lot of little dark marks in it, but those are actually filled with the all metal. So that will come out pretty nice. This will fit on the hood. Down the front of the hood, this fits across the top of the hood and jointed like that. So it'll look pretty nice when we get it all done. There were did some work on the stainless and found a few little dings, but this stainless is actually really nice for these. This is a piece off the door, I have the ones that go down the side of the hood. This stainless was really nice. I found a couple of pits that I didn't like, and I made homemade dowels. And this is just a piece of dowel that I sharpened on one end and kind of flattened on the other. And I found the mark, and I take my pin and I mark it so I know where it's at. Then I can actually take this dowel and push the dent out of the metal. Most of these dents are dented in, they don't dent out. And so with your dowel, just different shapes of dowels that I have. If I've got one that's just a really little pin mark, I'll use just my little center punch on it and punch it down. And a little bit wider one, I'll use a piece of my little chisel nose screwdriver and just tap on it lightly. Now, what you can do, obviously, is you can take these and buff them all out. I don't plan on doing that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use some 4/0 steel wool and just flatten it out with some steel wool, make it look pretty nice. These pieces are available. You can buy these pieces from Willys replacement parts out of California, but just these 2 hood pieces are about $600. So I can spend quite a lot of time and some powder coating with them just to make them look nice. But we'll show you when they're on the car. Appreciate you watching the videos and subscribing. We are excited to get more of these out. This will probably be out in the next few days or so. And I've got one completing some more of the floorboards on the 41 Willys. So thanks so much, and we'll catch you later.